Hello, welcome to Working Dragon Mystic. I'm Drake. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about energy work, just a beginner's rundown on it. It's really too big of a topic to fully cover in such a small, short video. However, I would like to touch on it and give a few examples of how a person can get started doing it in their practice and how they can use it in their day-to-day life. So first off, energy work. What is it? Well, simply put, energy work is working with energy. Anytime you push, pull, or manipulate energy in any way using any tradition or method, that would be a form of energy work. Popular forms of energy work and energy healing are probably Reiki's probably the most well-known one at this point, along with chakra work. Anytime you're moving energy through chakras, that's a form of energy work. Part of energy work is being able to see energy and feel energy. Many people do have trouble in one category or the other, or sometimes both. But as we covered in the Arcane Senses video, these are two things that we can train and develop. And the more we train them and develop them, the better we will get at energy work. Because if you can see energy, it's far easier to reach out and grab it and pull it to you, or to push it away from you if need be. And if you can feel energy, again, same thing. And usually one or the other is more than sufficient. If you can get both, that's great, but you usually just need one or the other. You don't need both. Now, when I say push or pull energy, what am I meaning? Well, thought and will are tied together. So if you think it, you can will it. So, for example, if you're wanting to grab energy and pull it to you, you need only to be able to see it or reach out and feel it, and then literally will that to come to you. And it will flow to you and around you and into you if that is what you're willing. Most people prefer to use the projection and receiving hand concept. So your projection hand, which would be what you push energy out or push it away from you with, is your dominant hand, the one you write with. While your receiving hand, the one that you would pull energy in with or receive energy, that would be your other hand, therefore the hand you don't write with. If you're ambidextrous, honestly, everyone I've met who's ambidextrous, they seem to be able to push and pull with both hands. And some even theorize with practice anyone can do that. So, but for simplicity, just start with your dominant hand pushing and your other hand doing pulling. Now, to begin working with energy, you more or less just have to actually spend a little time with it and get to know it. The four elements is usually where I recommend people start. Some people recommend auras and whatnot. Those are fine, you can do those, but they're a little harder because everyone's aura is just subtly different to some level, so it's harder to gain a familiarity when you're starting out with, well, is that energy, is that not energy? So I always recommend the four basic elements: earth, air, fire, and water, because these are things that are real easy to get a hold of. The energy's pretty much standard with them all. I mean, there's some variants, but the large sensation you'll get from these things generally ends up being the same. So for earth, all you would need is a good rock or even some dirt. And you can actually take that and hold it in your hand with your receiving hand, and you can focus on that. You can picture the energy radiating out from it, or you can feel the energy radiating out from it. And that will be that earth energy. From there, you can start working with that energy once you can see or feel it, and you can start moving it around. You can begin to move it around your hand and up your arm. And you can start utilizing that energy for things. For example, relaxation, calming yourself down, healing. Earth is great for healing. And then, water. You just need a body of water of some kind, or even a glass of water, to repeat this exercise. And water is great for emotional issues, relaxing, very calm, meditative, tranquil. You can look up any correspondences for these. These are just a few things I'm throwing out. Fire. Fire is probably one of the easier ones because you just light a candle. And a lot of people find fire the easiest energy to feel. And that's because it does radiate so much energy in the form of heat that it's very, very easy for people to pick up on. And fire deals with passion. It deals with excitement. It deals with a very, very energetic, hyperactive, very fast, extreme kind of energy. And this is a great one to use for example, if you need a burst of energy for a workout, or perhaps you're going running or something. Fire energy is great to reinforce that. For weightlifting, though, I tend to actually lean toward earth energy if you're doing strength training. Though fire or earth can work because some people just need the energy to get to the gym. Whereas for the stamina and the endurance to push that weight training further, the earth energy can really be beneficial. Air energy, this one's also pretty easy for most people to understand because we feel wind all the time. We've seen what wind can do. We've seen it blow branches down. We've seen knock fences down, power lines, all kinds of things. So wind's another energy that's pretty easy for us to pick up on. It's really energetic. And it's beneficial for communications, intellect, study, wisdom, even transportation. So you can manipulate and use wind energy for these things. I actually like to tap into air energy when I'm getting ready to study or do some research and I need to retain a lot of information really well. Air energy really comes in handy for that. So I use it for studying and researching. It also helps with mental clarity when I've just really had a day and I got a brain fog going. You tap into that air energy to help give me a mental clarity. Now these are just a few examples. And like I said, energy work is a very large topic. There's many traditions. People talk about pulling energy up through their chakras and balancing out their chakras. That's an entire lesson on chakras in and of itself I could probably do a video on each individual chakra. And then you have Reiki. I myself took Reiki, got my Reiki master's, and it's a wonderful energy working tradition. And I know a lot of people talk about it these days. It's kind of the big fad or big popular one right now. I don't know if I want to call it a fad. And it's very helpful, there's no doubt. Energy healing, we hear a lot about in almost any concept. Okay, real quick. So we talked about some of the things that you can do with energy just real quick and briefly. And I do encourage you to look up further correspondences for those elemental energies. You can also pull and push energy into a spell, imbuing it into something. So, for example, we talked about candle magic in another video. If you take and hold that candle in your hand and you focus on the energy that you want in that spell, for example, let's say the prosperity spell that we talked about, you can pull on that earth energy and its prosperity and its abundance, and you can pull that energy and push it into that candle. That is a form of energy work that's imbuing an object with that energy, and that further empowers your spell work. And I highly recommend doing this in any and all spell work, really. When I do any working, I pull energy related to what I'm doing into my working area so that I'm literally saturating the area or room in that energy, so I'm basically swimming in it. And then I utilize that energy for the spell work as well, which is far easier if you do have a circle that you're pulling in to contain the energy. That said, I also want to give you a very practical way to utilize energy in your personal life. A very basic energy meditation that you can do to start utilizing these things in your life. You want to sit down start with a deep breathing style meditation. Get yourself relaxed and into that meditative state. Now, once you're in that meditative state, I want you to reach out with whichever arcane sense is best for you detecting energy, whether it be your sight or whether it be feeling. And once you find the energy you want, whether earth, air, fire, we'll use earth for this example. Let's say you're ill and you're wanting to try and heal your body. So you reach out and you grab that. Now, if you inside and you have a rock, you can tap into earth energy that way, fresh soil, or you can actually go outside and sit on the earth, obviously. With enough practice, you won't need any of those. You can just reach out, feel the energy, and pull it. Now, once you pull it to you, I actually want you to focus on, as you breathe in, you're pulling that energy into you, filling your body with it. As you breathe out, all the negative energy, all the illness, you're breathing that out of you. And then with every breath in, you're filling yourself with that healing power of earth. And I want you to visualize your body as a receptacle, a container shaped like you, so that you can see yourself emptying out the old, negative, stale, unhealthy energy and filling the receptacle with fresh, clean, healing energy. Once the body is full, and you can visualize the receptacle being full, some people can do it in 3 breaths, some say 10, some it might take 20. However many it takes you, that's fine. That's a personal thing. But once the body's full, I highly encourage you to keep pulling, keep pulling. Saturate yourself to the point where that energetic aura now extends past you. And I usually recommend a good 12 inches or more, so that not only is your body saturated, but your entire energetic aura is now saturated with that healing energy you want. If you do this, you will notice that your, whether it be a cold, the flu, whatever it is that you're fighting, heals and goes away quicker. And yes, this does work on physical injuries as well. I know I had surgery and I was in the hospital once. Couldn't do anything, so I actually did these meditations after the surgery to help me heal up faster. My doctor could not believe how fast I healed and could not make sense of it. But nonetheless, it worked. I have used it anytime I do get injured, whether it's a cut, whatever, cracked rib, doesn't matter. You can use this to speed up the healing process. Now, this is not replacement for medical advice. Go see a doctor. Please, people, Magick is not a replacement for a doctor. Go see a doctor. But this simple meditation will allow you to start applying energy work to your life. Now, I will be covering chakras in another video because that is such a large topic to unpack. But just real quick, chakras are energy centers in the body. Most commonly, people say there are 7 chakras in the body. I have heard people say more, and that's in debate. Which, honestly, if you really wanted to find every little energy point, you could probably make 13 to 100 chakras if you really wanted to. But I've found that in most cases, the 7 chakra system is more than sufficient. And those chakras, starting from the bottom of the spine, the very base of your spine up, are your root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra, the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, and the crown chakra. Now, energy work with chakras is pretty simple. You pull the energy into your body and you work them from the bottom up. So you start at the base of the spine and you feel each chakra with the energy as it goes up. And this has a lot of benefits, including the ability to, as you do chakra work, you can balance out your energy centers and make sure they're all working very well and flowing easily so that there's no blockages, which, again, like I said, I'll do a video on chakras at another time and get into detail on it. For now, just use the simple container visualization for energy work, it will accomplish more or less the same thing. And it's a meditation anyone can use. Fresh beginner can just sit down, use the visualization, and get to working. Now, here's the thing. If you can't see the energy or feel the energy, this meditation will still work. Just visualize it in your imagination and your mind's eye. As we talked about in the Arcane Senses video, your imagination is the key to unlocking the other things. So if you can see it in your mind, you can actually manifest it in life. So start there. If nothing else, just picture it in your mind, and you will start to develop the ability to see and feel it externally as well. I do recommend you check out the Arcane Senses video on that. It goes into each of those in greater detail, and I'll link to it below. One other exercise that you can do is what's called an energy ball. This exercise is very simple. Just like we talked about pulling the energy, you'd pull the energy between your hands and you'd project it into the shape of a ball. Now this is great because you can actually begin to develop both your arcane sight and the ability to feel them as well, because in between your hands you can picture that ball developing of the energy type you're working with. At the same time, you can start feeling the energy with your hands. Now this exercise is a wonderful way to start, and then you can utilize that ball. You can let it dissipate, or you can push it into, again, like a candle to utilize that energy. That's another great exercise to use. And it's a lot of fun too. You can even do that one with friends, because you can actually get the energy ball, hold it up, and you can actually have someone put their hand in there and they can actually try to feel the energy you're pulling up. That's one I use with my students quite a bit, actually. So there you go. There's one meditation and one energy technique to practice with, so you can develop the arcane sight and the ability to feel it. So I recommend everyone starts trying these out immediately. I would do these every day, honestly. I really would. Just check out your elemental correspondences and find out what it is you want more of in your life and utilize that energy. And the energy ball exercise, you can do that any time of day when you got free time or a second or two. And it's a great exercise to help really build up those skills. And it really helps to get you started on that energy work. But that's really all there is to it. I know some traditions get a lot more into it, for example, Reiki. But at its basis, at its most basic, that is what energy work is, and that's how you can start applying it today to your practice. I hope this video has helped. I know that was a very rushed and condensed explanation, but I do hope it helps, and I hope it enhances your practice and gets you started with energy work. And I know you'll find, as you do practice it, you'll find a lot of great advantages to it. And it also helps you control the energy in your life, which is a great thing. As practitioners, that's our goal. We want to control the energy in our life to manifest our life as we see fit. And I really hope this enhances your practice and adds to your life. So with that, I'll go ahead and close up. I'm Drake, and this has been Working Dragon Mystic. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment below. It really helps us out if you do. And hit the subscribe button so that you can be made aware of any new videos we have. We got more coming constantly. And I will talk to you all later. Bye.